got done with the dyno. I brought it back home, and you could tell from all the dyno videos that it was smoking a lot on decel. So I just want to do a health check on it. I was going to do a leak down test on it. I already did a leak down test, but I did it while it was cold. Everyone told me I need to do it while it was warm. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together, get the car warmed up, and then I'm going to do a leak down test again and see what the differences are from cold to hot, and see if everything's good to go, if I have any low compression issues or anything. But I mean, it made decent power. I'm not expecting it to be hurt. I just want to do a health check just for peace of mind. But I'll show you the that's the tester I'm using. It's a OTC cylinder leakage tester. I don't know how accurate it is compared to other brands. I've never used any other one, but I see a lot of people using them online, so I'm sure they're pretty good. But my cylinder 1 cold was 38% leak down. All the other ones were around 20 or so cold, or a little less, 20 to 15 were most of them. So I don't know if one's worn out, hurt, or whatever, but I'll warm it up after I put it back together, and we'll do it again. The thing is, you gotta loosen up all the rocker arms so all the valves are closed when you're doing a leak down. So I went ahead and did all that. All my rocker arms are loose. Well, now I gotta tighten them all back up and get the car warmed up. Then I'll take it all back apart again and loosen the rockers up again. I wrote it down in my book I have. This GMLS book. It's pretty handy because I can't always remember all the torque specs and everything, and the sequences, torque sequences and all that. So I bought this off of Amazon. I forget how much it was. It's been years since I bought it. But it didn't really go into detail on how to do the rocker arms. So I wrote down on here how to do it. You get cylinder 1 at top dead center, and you got to make sure the rockers are up so the valves are closed. As soon as you know that, you go through, and I have the first set of rockers tighten up, and then you turn it 360, a full circle, and I have the other set that you tighten up, and you go to 22 foot-pounds. So I got the car all warmed up. I let it get to 190 degrees, turn the fan on. This car, especially when it's like 20 degrees outside, 30 degrees outside, whatever it is. This little bitty half radiator that everyone said wouldn't work, it cools it ridiculously fast. It's insane. I turned that fan on, that Ford Taurus fan that everyone said wouldn't work, and that sucker will just drop. And it dropped down like 140 degrees. Turn it off, let it get back up to 190. I did that 3 or 4 times. So I think it's nice and warm by now. I'm going to start tearing into it, and then I'm going to start doing the leak down tests and see where we're at. Alright, with this leak down tester, it comes with the different fittings of sizes of thread you need. So you just got to pick which one is the same as whatever your heads are. I already got mine on there. It's got an O-ring on there, and you don't have to crank this thing down with a wrench or anything. You just tighten it down as tight as you get with the hose, and that's good enough. The O-ring will seal it up. Sometimes it's hard to get them started depending on what vehicle you have, but this one's not too bad. And both these gauges go to 100 psi. What you do is you put compressed air on the side with the regulator. You turn up to 100 psi, and this is your leak down. This is how much it's leaking from that 100 psi. The math is super easy. You put it to 100 psi, whatever this number is, subtract that from 100, and that's the percentage of leak down. I finished up the leak down test, and the numbers are definitely different from when it was cold. They look a lot better now that it's warm. They're all between 10 and 20% leak down, which for a stock bottom end that the rings are opened up like 30 to 35 thousandths, I guess that ain't too bad. So I'm happy with it. The results weren't too bad, too terrible, so I'm just going to keep on running it the way it is. Whatever happens, happens. You've seen in the dyno videos it smoked a lot on decel, so we didn't think that my crankcase ventilation was adequate enough for what I have. So I bought some stuff on eBay that's coming. I'm going to do -10 lines from each valve cover. And I'm going to do 2 -10 lines from the lifter valley cover. And hopefully that'll be enough to let this thing breathe a little bit better and not smoke anymore.